Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're working on doing the cab mount bushings. I'm going to show you what we're doing, what parts we're using, and we're going to get right into it. And I got some little tips and advice for getting to the front ones. So here we go. We're using Energy Suspension's polyurethane bushings. I got these at Summit Racing. You get your instruction sheet, which you need to pay attention to because your rear body mount bushing sleeve, you're going to have to cut it down to 3 3/4, and I'll show you why right here. Because, bam, look how beefy that big boy is. So, you got 2 of these. These are your rears. I have this laid out in here in the order. So we'll just start right here. These 2 little ones, radiator core support. These 2 medium-sized ones go right under the cab. And these 2 big boys go in the rear of the cab. And also, you've got 6 of these end cap bushings. Now, these 4 are the same, and these 2 are larger, and I'll show you the difference side by side if the camera cooperates. Alright, so now here's the first order. I don't know about the 80s square bodies. I know they changed a few things, but you do have to take your grille out to get to the front 2 core support bushings. So I've already gone ahead and taken mine out. What you're gonna need is a 3/32 Torx bit, or Allen key rather, and then we'll get down here. And if you look right there, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you have 2 on each one of these. You've got 2 right here on the center support bar, and the other 2 are right here on this other support. So it's a 3/32 Allen key. You do not have to take off any of this trim to get to that. And do not take these out because these are your core support bolts. In the, I think it's the 80 through 87, these actually hold your grille down into its spot. So, walk with me a bit. I'm going to show you. It's super easy. So, we got here our grille. Your screws just go, they're stainless screws. They just go right in these 6 tabs. There's 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top. And if you wanted to paint this or change it out to something different, now's the time to do it while you got it out. So when you're going to take it out, it's not going to just, bam, in your face pop out. You got to kind of finesse it just a skosh, because these tabs are going to kind of hang you up a little bit, and they're going to hang you up a little bit right in here and right down here against this. Now what you do is you just work one side out first, and then you can kind of do the old and shimmy it out. Just be gentle with it. It's old plastic. So right there's your one of your core support bolts. The other one is right down there in that pocket. Now if you're fortunate enough, you can get it to come loose without having to take the grill out, but we're just going to go ahead and make it easy on ourselves. These may be seized in there. They may not be. So let's get a wrench on this, get a camera set up, and we'll get right to it. All right, so you're going to need some hand tools. They are 3/4 inch nuts on the two front ones, positions 1 and 2. The bolts are 3/4 also for the other 4. So you'll need 3/4 socket. You're going to need 2 to take the fronts off. And when you go to put them back on, put some anti-seize on there. I bet you this jar is like 35 years old. I got it in my dad's toolbox when he passed. Anyway, so I went ahead and I already took one of the front ones off to show you. So this is what you're going to run into. See, this is all split and powdery. There's a lot more schmutz that came out than that when I dropped it. Also, here's the steel washer that goes on right here. You might be running into this stuff too. Obviously that's junk. So, bad. Upside, brand new. Copy? See the difference? And don't worry if you pull yours out and this is what's left of your washer, because this kit comes with all new washers, one for each bushing.
Nice.
And these 2 bolts go into the rear 2. These are at the very last back end of the cab. That's what these bolts are for. These are shorter than the factory ones. And it tells you in the instructions here that you got to cut your steel sleeve in the back to 3 3/4 inches. And this gives you all the part numbers so you know which bushing goes to which location. It's got a schematic, super easy. You don't even need crayons to understand this. So, now that we got that, this is the front one out. What we're going to do is we're going to start by replacing all of the passenger side. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go down the driver's side and we're going to loosen but not remove any of the bushings. And the reason for that is because once we come over to the passenger side, we're going to completely remove everything. And so then we'll take a floor jack and we're going to find a nice flat spot under the body. You don't want to jack up anywhere down here. Don't put your jack right here. You want to go back behind this and use a piece of wood. And what you're going to do is you're just going to lift the cab up just enough to where you can reach your fingers in, pull the bushing out, slide the new one in. And we're going to show you how all that goes. So follow me over here to the front. Now if you look down in here, there is a 3/4 bolt head. The underside of that is the nut. So you cannot get the impact in here. I tried. So long extensions, 3/4 socket. And then what we'll do is we'll get down underneath another 3/4 socket. Like I said, we're just going to loosen these just enough. Okay, that should be. We'll loosen it a little more. What you don't want to do is take everything out, because then you're going to play like hell trying to realign your cab, and nobody's got time for that. These are really roasty.
Do you have some PB blaster?
Yeah, we'll put some juice on them.
All right. I'm gonna pause.
So there's that nut. We had to hit her with some juice. Actually, that's the bolt head. Excuse me. So now I bring you down here and try and get you a good right there. That's the nut we're after. So we hit it with some sauce here. I'll let that soak in, and while that's soaking in, we're going to go down the line here on the truck, and we're going to break loose the next two on this side, and then we're going to go over to the passenger side and completely take out all the bolts, and then we'll show you what's next. All right, so, and to find your center cab mount, it's going to be right in line with this gap. So you just follow that down, come under here, and get the camera set up a little bit better. It's right there. Right in line with that door jamb. Now I want to tell you something if you're new to the Squarebody scene. These have a cage nut up inside the floor. So if they don't want to come out, you just can't get it. You may have to cut a small square hole, but we're not there to do that today. And actually, I screwed up. I skipped to the third position and not the second one. But that's all right, because we're going to show you that one right now. All right, folks. There is position number 2. Oh, it's turning now. Good deal. I've got an impact, but these things are 49 years old, and you can clearly tell they've never been replaced. And I don't want to give it all the ugga-duggas and have it snap. You know what I'm saying? Because then we're going to be in big trouble. All right, so we got those pretty loose. I'm gonna go back. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to locate these. It's super easy to do it from the outside. So your first one is going to be right here, and there's your bolt down there, and that's the easiest one to get to. Now I'll show you how to find the next two, so you're not like, well, where's this thing at when you're not under the truck. Number 2, this door jamb. That is in line with that body bushing. Find this, slide under there, look up, there you go, cab support. Third one, excuse me, is at this body jamb, door jamb right here, body line. Go in, it's up inside the frame, a little further in than these two are, and it'll be up there because your floor has a hump in it, so it's up a little higher. And that's how you can figure out where to slide underneath that. But even if you didn't know that, super easy to figure it out once you're underneath there, you know, or you got it up on the lift. We're doing it the old school way. I don't have a lift, so we're gonna get under there. We're gonna bust these loose. Like I said, it's better to hand break them than to impact them because they've been in there for so long. But we're going to cheat a little bit. Body line here, it's literally dead nuts in line with that. So we'll get the light on here for you. Tom Bodett, he left the light on.
Yeah.
All right, here's your body line. Also, make sure you clean this crap out. That's just what causes rot. Bam. There's the Titanic. All right, so, like I said, we're going to cheat a little bit. Just like that. So, we get all these out.
And that one, I don't know a good spot.
There's not a good spot for this one because it's way inside. All right, so your third position is right here, just on the other side of the exhaust pipe hanger. Like I said, it's up further and it's in a little further. So oh, look at that.
Nice.
That's a huge rod. That's what she said.
That's a very nice rod.
It's a little rusty. It hasn't been in use for a while, you know.
Clearly.
This has... It's actually in really good shape.
It is.
Okay, now we got all three out on the passenger side, and all three on the driver's side are loose. So what we're going to do is there's a floor brace support right here just outside of the frame.
Sorry guys, I can't get that.
You can show it on that side. There's one on both sides. Just out your side of the frame.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Boop. Which is on the door body line.
Also, while you're down here, is a perfect time to inspect your inner rockers and your cab supports. So the cab support is where the bushing is attached to. You want to squeeze on it and feel around it and make sure it's not rotted or soft and coming apart on you. So this truck does have an undercoating on it.
That's all that's coming off over here is the undercoat.
The floors are rotten, but that's not what we're looking at today. So
Yes, look it, I can see in the cab.
if your floors are rotten and you're going to do cab bushings, when you cut your floors out, do your cab bushing, because this one right here, the second one from the front of the truck, that's the one you have to cut a hole through the floor to get to if that cage nut isn't fully caged and it just starts spinning or it's seized. So another thing you can do is get underneath here and you can measure from the head of the bolt to the rocker panel. Get your measurement, and then what you can do is measure inside on your floor from the rocker that exact measurement, and that'll show you where you got to cut your hole to get to that bolt. So now we're going to grab a jack and a piece of wood, and we're going to tilt this baby up, and we're going to hopefully not smash our fingers.
Stay tuned.
All right, so we got all our bolts out on the passenger side, and we got it jacked up. Like I said, you want to make sure you take the opposite side loose to give you enough room for the cab to flex. See how she's sitting crooked there, rocked over? All right. So down here, right there is where you want to put the jack. And just gently lift it. You may need to use a piece of wood. You may not. I got lucky. My truck is stock height currently. And the Daytona jack from, you know, Hobo Freight. It's real nice. So, we got that bolt out. See the hole there? Now, what you want to do is get down here and we are going right there. You can see the bushing. I think I got it up. Wow. Look how bad that is. That's terrible, boys. Okay, so ooh, right in the face. Look at that. There's something, part of the old washer. There's your sleeve. Look at that. That thing is just toast. $49 old. We'll have to clean that up. Anyway, so it's not really much in the way up there. You know what I think I'm going to go ahead and do though? Is I think I'm going to shoot some black paint in there. Yeah. We'll do the old Craigslist rebuild. So, now that we're out from under the truck, this is how bad the factory one is. I mean, that's... Look at that. That is just really bad. So, but it still has the factory part number stamped into it. So that's something. Oh, it was originally yellow. No, I don't know. All right, so anyway, we are going to take a screwdriver and try to peel this rubber off this sleeve. I don't know how this is going to work.
Right.
I think we broke the rust seal there.
Good job.
Look at all that. That's just scaly. Careful, it goes off.
You were just cleaning it.
Yeah, I was just cleaning it and it went off. All right, so what we're going to do is the right thing.
Wire wheel.
We're going to take this to the bench grinder and wire wheel it because that is just terrible. Terrible, children. Terrible.
Terrible, terrible.
All right, so we rebuilt this. As you can see, brand new, powder coated. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go under the truck here and we're going to pull out the next one. Actually, we should just probably pull them all out on this side. Oh. All right, there's your other one. I don't know if we got... We might have to tap on this thing with a hammer. Sometimes it just needs a little persuasion. Okay, so we got that out. That one's actually in not too bad a shape. Yeah. That's your number 2. Now we got number 3 here. Oh, just like that. Well, for Pete's sake. So there's that one. I think we're going to have to raise her up quite a bit more. To get that out. Alright, so we have all 3 out now. This is just one bushing. Look how big this turd is. It's even got girth cracks. So this is the very rear of the cab, and then your frame sandwiches in between these two. Here is your sleeve, your bushing sleeve that goes around. So this has to be cut from, and you're going to measure from the bottom of this flange 3 3/4 inches, which is that line right there. Okay. Now the reason for that is, and I'll show you. So these two are roughly about the same size. Now, this is the side that comes up from the bottom and the bolt goes through and sandwiches the frame. These two are roughly not the same size. And this is why you got to cut this sleeve down. And you have to do this for both of your very back 2 bushings. So the 2 bushings that look like this will each have one this size. Cut these to 3 3/4. So all we're going to do is use the cutoff wheel of death on the angle grinder, and then measure again and hope, cross my fingers I got it right. So we'll put all 3 of these bushings in back on this side. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to tighten them. We're going to leave them loose so we can rock that side of the cab up and pull all 3 of those out and repeat the process. And once they're all swapped out, we'll lower the jack down so the weight of the cab is on the frame. And then we're going to give her the old ugga dugga, all the sauce.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to cut this down and we'll be back. Okay, so the sleeve and your bushing go together like so. We're just going to come right back up in here, drop her in right there, and then I'm going to see if I can do this. Caught me right in the nose.
It's a good luck.
We got her in real good.
Nice.
Of course, we'll have to get the other bushings in first.
But we're lined up.
We're lined up. We'll get the other bushings all in there, and then we'll put our hardware back on.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get the rest of these together. Okay, so we got all 3 of these out, and I've got the new ones just kind of sitting in place already. What we are going to do is put some anti-seize around the bolt threads. Hopefully I'll never have to do this the rest of my life again on this particular truck. You don't know. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and goop these up, and then we're going to slowly lower this side down and then feed the bolts through all three of them. I'll show you how that goes. It's basically the reverse order. So here we go.
Okay.
All right, so you just put these back in the same order you brought them out. Once you figure out how they come out, it's super easy to put them back in. So what you're going to do now, if you remember a little bit ago in the video, I cut that one sleeve down. So all three of these come with the steel sleeve, and you reuse that. The only two that you're going to cut are the very rear two, which is what we're working on right now. So just make sure you cut it to 3/4 inches, and then just kind of pop her in and she'll align herself. And then you got your bottom piece, and it's going to go
Wide side up.
wide side up. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to put the washer on the bolt that we generously made look like the Tin Man.
Love that anti-seize.
I dropped it. Now there's debris in the threads.
Just rub it in your beard.
I got enough lube. Okay, we're gonna get her up there and I think actually we're gonna have to bring the cab down a little bit more.
Give me 1 second. Now we'll go do that.
No, I got it. Okay, let's try that.
One day we're gonna have a lift, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Oh, it's gonna be so nice having a lift.
If anyone wants to sponsor us, put it in the comments.
It should have lined back up, hopefully. Because if not, then we're really going to be in a pickle.
Well, you have to FA to FO, so just keep going.
Let me just see if this will even start first. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's not lined up at all. Alright, so we got the passenger side swapped out. Wear eye protection. I had to flush the old eyeball.
It was me. I flushed the eye.
It was her. She flushed the eye. So, fortunately, so far, the two toughest bolts to get loose are actually these two. The two front core support ones. Why? I don't know, but I'm thankful if that's how it had to be, it be like that. Because those two are the easiest to get to. The other two have cage nuts in the floor. So now we went ahead and we broke loose and took out all of the fasteners from this side, and we're going to jack it up and we're going to swap them out one at a time. Now we already did the other side, and there is already a noticeable difference in the cab ride height, so there's that. Now what I want to point out is we struggled with the rear to get it in. We had to do the shimmy and shake and the Texas two-step on it to get the rear one to line up, but we got it. And so all the bolts are in, and now we left them loose. We didn't torque them down yet. And the reason for that is because we are going to lift up this side, and you got to have a little bit of, you know, play there, because if you don't, you're going to bend stuff, and then you're going to end up in a world of hurt. Also, I found out the number 2 position has a factory steel shim in it for alignment purposes. So that's neat. Now, if you take yours out and you have factory alignment shims, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be, you know, whatever number the factory used to line the body up. Make sure you put those back in, so that way your body's lined up and you get your lines as close as possible. Now, we're going to get under there and we're going to position the jack, and we are going to start pulling it out, and we're going to show you each one in depth. That way you have a very good visual that you can pause, look at, rewind, and go back to. So we'll get to it. Shop dog on patrol. So you see this cross member right here? That's where you want to put your jack and jack the body up. Now, you should put a 2x4 up there to kind of disperse the weight a little bit, but I don't have one, so this will do. Now we're going to give her the sauce. Yeah, my lovely assistant's going to do the jacking off of the cab here.
I'm a professional.
Oh, hang on. There's a shim right there. So if you see this, that is a shim. There's one on the other side too, only one. So keep that in mind. You do need to put that back in. What?
There we go. Come back over it so you can see the top too. There you go.
So you got your gap right there. Now we're going to need a little bit of a hammer to persuade that up. Now you don't want to keep raising too much. You just want to get it up enough to get, we need a little more to get this out of there, because you see you got that sleeve right there. I got it. Okay, so number 2 is out. We have 1 and 3 to get out now. Sorry about the crappy camera work. I learned it from Arco at Outlaw Edge. So
show your pile of treasures.
Yes, so here is your bottom. This is the one you would see right there, and this is the one that goes in from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate this this sleeve from that, throw the rubbers away, and put the new bushings around this and put her back into place. Alright, so what I did was I pried this sleeve out of the old bushing and I wire wheeled it. I shot it with a coat of paint.
Rebuild.
You know, the old rattle can rebuild. And then we just pressed it through. You can do it with your hands. Just slide it on there and squeeze it down. Get it down there. And don't worry about that little bit of a gap. Once you tighten it down and the weight of the truck's on it, it'll cinch right down all the way. So this is the core support. And get you down here and I'll show you how it drops in. Alright, so here's your sleeve and your old bushing, and you're going to see it's pretty corroded around here and it's going to be on there pretty tight. So what I like to do is just kind of jam a screwdriver around in there, just kind of break that rust seal and whatever else crap is in there. Okay, and then find you a spot to slide this in like that, and then just start prying. And it'll come off. When you get it to a certain point, you can just twist and pull. Here's your donut. It's garbage. You need to reuse this. So clean her up. We're going to wire wheel this real quick on a drill, and I'll show you that here. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't like getting my hands cheese grated, so we're just going to wire wheel it real quick like. We're going to give it the old Craigslist rebuild. It's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, but something's better than nothing. And we're not going to worry about that side. Alright, so got her cleaned up, coat of paint on there. Here's your bushing. This side faces away from that plate. Just going to slide it on there. All the way down. There you go. Now we're going to go drop it in, and then we're going to pull out the big one in the back, and that's the one we're going to have to cut this sleeve down to 3 3/4 inches, and I'll show you that here coming up. Alright, so good to go there. Just kind of work your way. I need my other hand for this.
Yep. Oh, my dogs are excited. It's all good.
Just reach up, slide her in, find the hole, and it drops. Now, don't forget your shim. Get your shim up there. And what you can do is you'll get it lined up like that. But we're going to put some anti-seize on that before we shove that up there. So, alright, so this one we already broke it loose. You may have some issues.
Oh, for heavens.
Just like that.
And just like that, it's over here with me.
I was going to say you may have some issues, but you will have to raise the cab a little higher to get this monstrosity out. So we are... Wow, that thing's really nasty.
Yeah, it's chunky.
Okay, let's get this cleaned up, get it cut down, and we'll put it right back in and get this job wrapped up.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got this all rebuilt. Should last another 50 years, yeah? Okay, sounds good. So, we're gonna get up in here like so and drop her in and try not to get crusties in my eyeballs.
Yeah, no round twos.
I've already had to flush it once, or the wife has had to flush my eyeball once.
Yup.
Alright, we got...
And I'm a little slow at getting off the ground. The old arthritis flare.
So we're going to have an issue with lining this up too.
Okay. Don't scrape it. Do you want my glasses?
No, I'm alright. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this this cone here, and we're going to press her on to try anyway.
You got this.
Actually, you know what? We're going to do this the easy way. We're going to bring the cab down, and then we're going to put that on. Okay. So,
Do you got this, or would you like me to go around and bring her down?
I got it. Okay, coming down slow ish.
Oh, for fiddles.
I'll be dipped in butter.
Heck yeah, buddy.
Okay. Nobody breathe. Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh, no. It's rocked over. Okay. We're gonna coming down easy some more.
Coming down easy.
You know, for crying out loud.
Moses sandals. Give me the light. Give me that. I grew up in the 80s. I'm a professional light holder. Horrible camera.
Okay, coming down.
Okay. Go.
All right, we got some weight down on it, so we can put this outer bushing on.
Would you like me to hold the flashlight so you can have two?
No,
hands?
I'm checking something out. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not good.
That's not good, honey.
I cut 3 3/4, and this sleeve is not going all the way.
Well, how much of a gap do you have in the upper one?
There's less of a gap up there than I'm missing sleeve down here. All right, so we did run into a little bit of an issue. At least we thought it was an issue. Turned out the bushing in the rear of the cab wasn't all the way in the hole. When I had positioned it, it had caught the top lip. So we didn't get that on film. That part, it's no big deal. Literally, all that had happened was there's a piece that sticks down, and so that was sitting up on the lip. All in all, it was just like an optical illusion. It was dark out, but that may be something you run into. No big deal. You just, pop it over, falls all the way down in the hole, slide your bolt through. You're going to have to wiggle it up there a little bit to line it up with the hole in the floor where the cage nut is. No big deal. So it all worked out. We just didn't get that snippet on film. So it's no big deal. You can do this. Simple tools, hand tools. You don't need nothing fancy. Harbor Freight stuff works great. So just wanted to put that in there. That way you guys didn't think I skipped out a part. Did not do that. So we just didn't get that part on film. So here's the explanation on that. So your torque specs for your bushings, your radiator core support right around 30 to 35, just for those two in the very front. The 4 in the back, the 2 directly under the floors, and the 1 in the rear, the 2 in the rear of the cab, they're 45 to 55 pounds. So polyurethane is quite a bit different than rubber, but the bolt and the nut in the truck are still the same. So you don't want to stretch your bolts or even snap them off. So core support, 30 to 35 foot-pounds. The other 4 are 45 to 55. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below. And if you would, like and subscribe. This is Midnight Customs. I'm Brandon, and thanks for watching.